World, what's up, world? What's up, world? You know who it be. Hold up. I don't know what's going on over here. World, what's up, world? What's up, world? The devil is a lie. Hold up. Yeah, I don't know what that was. But anyway, what's up, world? You know who it be. It's your girl, comedian, Miss Arkansas. And Miss Arkansas Real Friends Evening Show. And today is episode number 2. And I have a very special guest on with me today. But before I get into that, I have something I want to share today that's really disturbing me. Um, Let me give him a little book because I wrote it down to make sure I share it. First, I want to talk about how ICE, whoever these people is, going around snatching up all these Latinos, saying they undocumented and this and that and that, taking them from their homes and jobs and wherever they found them at. Like they found this one little young man getting ready to graduate the next day. They took him because he was driving his daddy car, and his daddy was wanted for a traffic violation, not a murder, not a robbery or rape or nothing like that, but a traffic violation. And the young man been in the U.S. since he was 5 years old. That's disturbing. I don't know if it disturbs you all, but it disturbs me. And they just went into a restaurant somewhere in Atlanta, Georgia, and snatched up 12 people out of a nail salon. I just want to say this. After they get rid of all the Latinos, guess who they get next? Right. They gonna come after the African Americans, and then ain't nobody gonna be left but the whites, the Caucasians. That's they plan. So we got to do some, people. Don't just sit back and act like it's okay because they are Mexican or Latinos. We got to help. We got to stand together as one because that's what God wants us to do, not be divided, but to come together. So I had to share that because that was on my chest. And another thing I want to share, it was reported, don't charge your phone on them charger ports at the airport. They just announced this, that the USB ports becoming where people can steal information, and the malware information to your phone. The TSA said they've been told it's called juice port jacking or something. So I just figure I'd share that. Make sure you got your phones charged up when you at the airport, or have your own little portable charger to charge your phone. Do not, I repeat, do not use those phone chargers at the airport until further notifications from the TSA. Now, with that being said, let me get busy. I got to put my glasses on to introduce this guest. Hold on. I don't even like wearing my glasses, but like I say, I got to have my glasses on to introduce this guest. Woo, I wrote some stuff down, baby. He's an American actor, a comedian, an entertainer, a voiceover artist, television, radio personality, an author. Oh my God, so much more. He attended college, university. The man that did it all. This ain't even the beginning of, let's long half of it. When I tell you he a author of like 4 or 5 books, done been in so many movies, and can't nobody tell his story like him. I need y'all that's watching and listening to start clapping right now. Start clapping right now. That's right. For my good friend, your good friend, the one and only, the hilarious comedian, actor, author, Michael Colyar, y'all. Where my guests?
Wait, I got another cute one. Let me do a quick cute one. Cause I want to give you a joke you can go back and tell, and that's the world famous potato joke. These 4 potatoes was out dancing. How could you tell which one was kind of loose? One of them kept saying, Idaho, Idaho. Now, prior to running out of here, I want to thank Tom Joyner for allowing me to be on his show again and again.
Idaho, Idaho. Ain't no hoe. Forget where the fans at. Where my guests at? Where my guests at? Once again, y'all, welcome my good friend, comedian Michael Colyar. Where he at? I know he the headliner, but he should be already here.
Yeah, going in.
I got into comedy because my mother and father had 10 of us, and I had to do something other than just sticking in the house washing dishes. But no, I actually got into comedy because my father, he used to always get off of work on Fridays, cash his check, stop at the liquor store, buy him a half a pint, bring mama the rest of that money, she take care of home. The whole neighborhood would come in our yard every Friday just to hear my daddy tell some jokes. So I felt like he could have been with Richard Pryor and Red Fox and them, but he had 10 children. He had to work a real job. So he inspired me to be the comedian I am today. Well, when I first got on stage, it actually was a talent show. Me and 2 of my friends, we was like the No Limit Soldiers. We had our little camouflage stuff on. They had like pants, one had a dress. I had on coochie cutters. But we did, I did like talent shows first. But my first time on stage was actually over 30 years ago at a place called Cheers in Moreno Valley, California, which was hosted by the bad girl of comedy, Cookie Hall. Cookie gave me my first 5 minutes. Where my fan at? No, I don't want no fan. I want my guest. Where my guests at? Bring him in. Bring him in. My help is having a y'all just work with us. Where is he? Where you at, Michael Colyar? Colyar. Something going on outside. The fire department, the police, is always something going on. Well, until he get here, I just say shout out to episode number 1. My first guest, Mo B. May he keep doing what he doing. He got his music being played on the box. That's here in Arkansas, but it's all around, a few other places. So shout out to Mo B. You can catch me on the 18th through the 24th in Las Vegas, Nevada. And if you got a budget and you're booking, hey, I could be in your town. So I think I'm going to go to break till I find out where my guest is. Go to break.
Success Express Marketing Solutions presents your virtual video podcast studio. Let the Success Express team help bring your podcasting dreams to life. Here's what we do. We help you come up with show ideas, design graphics for your show, set up your podcast studio, and run the back end of your show. So what do? Be ready for your show. Make sure your guests are ready. Log into the virtual studio, turn your cameras on, and go. Not sure you're ready to go live on a monthly or a weekly basis? You can get the Try Us Out Success Special. It's only $97 with free design setup. All you got to do is try us out, and I guarantee you're going to want more. So get set up today with your virtual video podcast studio from Success Express Marketing Solutions. So go online to Success Express MKTG, and we'll get you set up today. Sign up now and get our free ebook, Modern Podcasting, that'll teach you all the techniques you need to know to get your podcast started today.
Man, let me tell you something. As a business owner, I've worn every hat, and honestly, it gets exhausting trying to do everything on your own. But that all changed when I brought Success Express Marketing Solutions on board. It's like I finally got the all-in-one business development, branding, and marketing department I didn't even know I needed until I saw the difference. These folks, they get it. They don't just throw out ideas and buzzwords. They understood my vision and helped me finally paint the picture I've had stuck in my head for way too long. Website, up and running. Graphics, done. Brand message, sharpened. Marketing strategy, locked in. Professional business cards, brochures, a promotional magazine, and the whole works. They even set me up with my own branded podcast to broadcast my business launch. I'm telling you, do yourself and your business a favor. Visit successexpressmarketing.com and connect with my guy, business development and branding strategist, Kijana Owens. I call him the brand man. Tell him I sent you.
Hi there. Hope you're doing great. I'm excited to share that I recently launched a new podcast called Comedian Miss Arkansas and Real Friends Evening Show, produced through the SEMS podcast platform, powered by Success Express Marketing Solutions. The show focuses on ups and downs of life while delivering laughter along the way, and is already starting to connect with listeners who value real conversation with authentic content. I'm currently looking for amazing brands, businesses, and individuals who wants to promote their message during podcast episodes, gain visibility through meaningful content-driven marketing, receive a professionally produced auto ad. We'll create it if needed. Use that ad for your own platforms, social media, websites, and more. Whether you already have promo content or need help creating one, we've got you covered. This is a great opportunity to get your message in front of a growing audience that's tuned in and highly engaged. Would you be open to a quick chat or for me to send a quick info sheet with options? Thanks in advance for your time and support. I truly appreciate it.
I love that.
There he is.
Hi, how are you? Hey, Mama, I'm so sorry. I was over here in a meeting and missed the clock. I started looking for the clock at 3 o'clock. I said, I'm going to be ready at 4. Child, thank you for texting.
I knew you would be here, whether it was late or whenever. I knew you would be here.
Oh, you never
I
not
gave
show
you
up.
a wonderful introduction and everything.
Oh, my goodness. Well, here I am, everybody. It's worth the introduction. Hello. Hi, beautiful.
Oh, my God. How are you?
I'm spectacular. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You know, if I was doing any better, I think it was a setup. How are you?
You see, I can't quit smiling. I'm all right.
Well, let me just say congratulations. Let me say
congratulations.
Thank you. He played
a little clip of yours. Thank you. He played your clip when you was talking about the potato. Idaho.
Oh, I don't. Yay. Well, I'm glad you have a show, girl. What y'all talk about on here?
Whatever you want to talk about, Michael, you are my special guest. But I mainly just ask questions like, how long have you been doing comedy, and what made you want to do comedy, and how long you been doing it and all that good stuff.
Well, I'm ready. What questions do you want to do? You want to start there?
I told him that you went to college and you also went to a university and all that good stuff. And I was telling them about you have some books out. You're an
Mhm.
author, and you in so many movies and all that good stuff. So you can just pretty much yes, I would like to say what made you get started in all this stuff?
Okay, I think you asked me what made me get started. You know, you keep blacking out and that little circle keeps coming up. So your signal over
Uh-oh.
there might be a little weak. You might want to get it closer to a Wi-Fi. But you're here right now, so I'm going to answer till you disappear. Hey, I'm here, y'all, and I know the show is still going on. It's beautiful. How y'all doing? As she told Joe Michael Colyar, world famous, world renowned, often talked about, a legend comedian, a gentleman and a scholar, intellectual giant in the pool of mental midgets, and a connoisseur of fine haberdashery. So she said what made me get started. I think I've been funny my entire life. And then when I got to high school, I had these two friends, Daryl Reed and Vance Williams. Rest in peace, Vance. He just transcended like 2 months ago. And we got in all the high school plays together. And that just got me excited. I just knew I was going to be an actor. I didn't know I was going to be a comedian. I just knew one day I would be an actor, right? So every year we got the leads in the plays. And then when we got out of high school, we started doing our own little acting company. But we ain't make a dent. We ain't make no money. Wasn't nobody coming to the shows. I'm sorry, we sort of spun out into our own individual lives, and I continued to act. But when I went to the military, and when I came back out the military, although I did plays and stuff while I was in the military, when I came back from the military, uh, some friends of mine in Chicago convinced me to do comedy on the street. Now, I had never really done comedy, but I had seen this guy named Eddie Murphy. And in 1984, he was like the hottest thing in television, in entertainment. He was the baddest thing anyway. He was like 23 years old. He had already done 48 Hours, Trading Places, in the first Beverly Hills Cops. He had the biggest concert out called Raw, and the #1 concert film, the video called Raw. And he could wear the hell out of a red leather suit. And he did all that, got all that money from telling jokes. And I was like, shit, I've been funny my whole life. I didn't know people gave you money like that. I better get out the mustard and catch up. So I went to my mama's house in the basement. I got me some Red Fox albums, and I'd stand in the mirror and I would practice the Red Fox albums until I learned them. You know, I'd play the records over and over and over, and I'd look in the mirror and try to say them like they was mine. I was living in my mama's basement anyway. And that's how I learned my first jokes. Then I started doing little stages around the city. And that's when, and welcome back, dear. That's when John Tolbay and Byron Chapman, who were comedians on the street in Chicago, they called themselves Straight Up. They invited me to come out and try street performance. And I was very scared of street performance. But they said, just come on out. Then also I was like, I didn't want to be no street puppet. I didn't want people to say, man, that dude make a living begging for money in the street. But when they took me to watch them work that morning, they did just a lunch period, a 2-hour lunch period of telling jokes. White folks would surround them. And when they got through, they had a bag about that big stuffed with money. I said, oh, shit, I think I can try that. Hey, Miss Arkansas, while you was gone, I went on and answered the question. I was telling people what made me get into
I wasn't
comedy
going
and how I
nowhere.
started. Huh? Oh, you heard?
I wasn't gone.
Okay, cool. So should I continue, or do you have separate questions?
You can continue. Hey, I'm enjoying this.
Oh, okay. So once I learned them little records and learned how to sing, like even to this day, I'm still doing Red Fox jokes, because I don't think an old joke should die just cause the motherfucker that wrote it did. Okay. Red Fox has 75 comedy albums, but Red. Red is dead. He can't use them jokes no more. What we supposed to do with 75 albums worth of brilliant jokes? Throw them away? Hell no. I tell them to you tell them at work, and you don't have to pay no royalty. Now, do you know how to flip your screen? Because the way it's set right now, it looks like I'm looking over that way. But if you flip it, it'll look like I'm looking at you. Just no, not that way. Not that way. You put your finger on the screen and slide. Yeah, you had it. Go back. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Right there.
Stop. You all right? You okay? All right. So this is what you have. What you have is StreamYard, right?
Yes.
So with StreamYard, you should be able to put your finger on the screen or your pointer on the screen and just slide it over to my space, and yours will change places.
Oh.
Are you gonna try it?
Well, I got somebody in the back.
Oh, let me stay out of it then. Oh, there you go. Whoop, there it is. Now it looks like I'm looking at you, Mama. Okay, good.
Okay.
So anyway, that's what got me started. I started like that doing street performance, and I was really good in Chicago. This was actually 1985, and I was really good. Except we was having problems with the police because in 85, breakdancing was everything. So some kid would come up with a piece of cardboard, lay it on the ground, and start spinning around on his head. Next thing you know, 200 white folks surrounded him. And so the merchants were mad because people weren't coming in the store buying stuff. They was crowding outside their door, watching some little black kids spin on his head. So they started reporting us to the police. So the police started saying we could only work certain streets on certain days at certain hours. And then winter came. Well, nobody trying to hear no damn joke on State Street in December. So I packed up everything that fit in my car. I sold everything else, and I drove out to California. And that's when I found Venice Beach. I ended up doing 9 years of comedy there, 5 1-hour shows every Saturday and Sunday from 1986 to 95. And I would tell jokes and pass my hat. I do 40 minutes of comedy and 20 minutes of getting my money. And that's how I get started.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you don't tell your story, no one would never know. They'll think you just woke up and became hilarious and got this and got that, you know. Wow.
It's important for us to tell our stories. It's important for us to tell our stories because our stories heal other people and also give other people permission to tell theirs, you know. And we all get a story in us, and we got to get it out, man. We got to get that story out.
So, Michael, have you ever been heckled? And if you have, how did you deal with it?
I've been heckled maybe 4 or 5 times in my life. You know, you have to figure out I've been doing this 39 years, maybe 3 or 4 times, but hecklers don't really, I'm not the kind of person that a heckler really mess with. I'm the kind of person that heckles you. Oh, I make a heckler want to commit suicide. Oh, when I get through with a heckler, and you know, and I'll tell you a little secret about dealing with hecklers if you're a comedian. Some hecklers can't be stopped because drunk hecklers don't realize that they're the butt of the joke. Drunk hecklers will go on and on and on. So with drunk hecklers, you have to change your position on the stage. So if your heckler is over here on the left heckling you, after you shot him 4 or 5 times and he's still coming, then you move all the way to the other end of the stage and work from there. You know, because what happens is people who pay want to hear the show. And the person way over there keep making noise, somebody over there going to slap the shit out them. Just and if they don't do it, it's a thing you can suggest as a comedian. You can say, you know, if he keep it up, somebody over there going to slap the shit out of him. About 5 minutes later, you hear, pow! You be like, oh, damn, you know. Because I had a drunk heckler once. I just couldn't stop him. I talked about him, his mama, his daddy. I stabbed him twice in the chest. I set him on fire. I dragged his body back and forth across the stage, and he just kept on coming. So you have to realize the ones that you can't stop, and you have to shift the energy or get them out the room, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So I want the people to know that you also have your own, I call it a morning show. People call it a podcast, but I call it a real morning show, you know. And
well, mine is a morning show. And Miss Arkansas, I'm not sure if I know what the difference is. I mean, what would make my show be a podcast if it's not already? And it's just, I mean, I do call it the Michael Colyar Morning Show. And folks, if you haven't seen it, we've only done 1,020. So I understand if you haven't had a chance to catch one. But every morning,
Right.
Los Angeles time, 7 a.m., we do a show. Not every morning. We used to do it 5 days a week. And then after my 1,000th show, we now do every Monday, 7 a.m. And that's Pacific time. If you're in Central time, it's 9 a.m. If you're on East Coast, it's 10 a.m. And every show we have comedians. Every show we have music. Every show we have someone who's important to the community. And every show we pray. So we created that show so we'd have a place where you can get up every morning and start your day with laughter and prayer. If you start your day with laughter and prayer, you build a force field of positivity around you that no bullshit can penetrate.
Right.
Yeah. And
Wow.
I ask everybody, please join the Michael Colyar Morning Show and go to YouTube. Follow me and subscribe to the Michael Colyar Morning Show. You're going to love it. I love my job. I love my job. I love my job. We used to have
I want to say this. Because I had to get on to him. He wanted to be a guest on your show. I say, reach out to Michael and, ask him. I say, now, Michael gonna want you to be funny. Now, I break all this down to people that ask me, how can they be on your show? Now, I notice he kept, and I tell him, too, don't go asking him nothing 2 and 3 times. That's get on his nerves.
What's his name?
Mr. John.
Oh, yeah, Mr. John's still sending me notes. But what I told Mr. John, what I tell everybody, I don't put you on the show if I don't know you're funny. Now, if you tell me they're funny, you put your name on it, then I'll put it on. But I went online and looked at his things. I didn't see anything about him that would make me think he's funny. And I said, well, if you are and you keep saying you are, then just go shoot a piece of tape and send it to me. So I think yesterday or the day before, he just told me, I'm about to go on stage, pray for me. And I said, I will pray for you, but make sure you tape it. Tape it so you can send it and I can see what you did, Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We want people on the show, but we want you to be good. The first.
Right. You right. No, I try to explain to him, Mike ain't gonna let anything be on there. And if you come on there and he saw you before and you was funny somewhere else, and then you come on his show and you ain't, you gonna wish you didn't come on there.
I got a guy coming on soon who's a Marine. In fact, I just call him Kevin the Marine, and I haven't seen his comedy. But he's a dude, I've been doing it for a long time. I've done it on stage and everyone. I said, cool, but please understand. If you come on my show and you're not funny, whoo, it's going to be a long walk back to the car. I'm going to tear your ass up. And he said, okay, I'm ready for it. And as long as you know that, then it's fair game. Because I don't want to set people up. I don't want people to come on the show and I make fun of them. If they had an opportunity to do well, I want them to have an opportunity. But if they're not good at it and they lied, said they are, now they didn't took up time and we could have a real artist there, oh, yeah, I'm going to sizzle their ass. Oh, yeah, they're going to leave out there limping.
I already know. Wow. Oh, congratulations again on your beautiful wife.
Thank you very much. I've been married now 576 days today.
Yeah, it's a good one, y'all, when you count the days.
I count the hours. She's everything.
The hours, the minutes, the seconds, and she's beautiful.
And she's everything, man. Beautiful is so superficial. Many people are just beautiful, but to be beautiful inside, to have a wonderful heart, and she loves God, and she can cook, and she's funny, and I mean, she's everything. On now. She's everything, and with her, you know her. When with her, I've achieved a level of joy that I did not know was attainable. I mean, I am the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. I like to put it like this: I didn't know a nigga could be this happy. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Wow. So her restaurant is located where?
Well, she has the #1 soul food restaurant in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Now, now she's changing locations. She was actually at the mall. They had a mall space there. She went in there and blew it up. I mean, she had performances. She had comedy shows. Then let me tell you, the girl one night put all the tables in the middle and had roller skating in the restaurant. 200 people showed up to roller skate. And only like half skated, half sat around and drank and ate food. They got wonderful food. She can cook. Oh my God, her salmon croquette is off the chain. She got a soul roll, which is like collard greens, candy yams, cornbread inside, an egg roll. Oh, the food is great. And so they hung out and had a great time. So she's looking for a new location now, but she also has the food truck. And she's just a brilliant, wonderful, accomplished woman. Yep.
I wrote down a couple of things to ask you. Let's see.
Go on, ask me. I'm gonna grab my little briefcase with a couple of my books. Hold up.
Okay.
I forgot that you were gonna add that part. I forgot you were gonna add the part Arthur. That was also an author.
Ah, yes. I got one of your books. I think I got two.
My name ain't Arthur. It's what is it? Roscoe. It's Roscoe. I'm sorry. I don't know what he's got to do with anything. He just gonna jump in. He always like that. He just be cutting in on people's stuff.
Michael, what's this? They say you tried to rob your own house and almost got away with it.
Oh, that's hilarious. That used to be a piece I used to do about my crack addiction. People who know me know I'm an addict. If you don't know, I did crack for 23 years, and I now have 17 years pure sobriety. But yeah, I was so high one night, man, I tried to break in my own damn house. I was in there looking around. I was like, damn, this stuff looks familiar, you know. Yeah, that's another thing. If you have a hardship in your life, if you go through something in your life, you can utilize that too as the stories that you tell about your life. And those stories you can monetize. You know, right. you could tell people about what you're doing and what your life is, while at the same time they paying you because it's entertainment. And everything that you've been through, usually 86% of your audience has been to something like it. Something similar, if not exactly it. They've been through it too. So when people can relate to you, they really laugh at you, you know?
And you know what, Michael? Like, it's been over 30 years since I've had coke. And what's funny to me, when my mother used to come to my house and one of my ceiling fans be gone, she said, "What happened to that ceiling fan?" I said, "Oh, it caught on fire." So she come a couple of days later, none gone. I said, "Oh, it caught on fire." So that third time she came and I told her it caught on fire, she said, "If all them damn ceiling fans catching on fire, you need to move out of here."
I swear. Oh my. So what were you doing? You was taking them down and selling them?
I had used coke over 30 years ago.
But what were you doing with the fans? You were taking them down and selling them? I was
getting them down. I'll have somebody take them down. I'll go sell them so I can get me some coke or rock.
Wow. I didn't know that story. That's
good. But all praises be unto God. It's been over 30 years.
But how much could one get for a fan? Because I know a crackhead sold me a rose bush, a 6-foot rose bush the other day for $3.40. So how much do the fans cost?
Back then, you could have got you about $10 for it.
Okay. I wish that most people had the confidence of a crackhead. Crackheads don't never get up in the morning and say, "Man, I guess I ain't gonna get high today." They don't say no shit. They get right up and get on their job, figuring out how they gonna get that rock. Every morning they up and running, you know.
It's sad, but it's true. Wow, let's see. Let me put my glasses on. You know, when you get 50 plus, you got to put some glasses on.
Child, please don't tell me. I got glasses in every room of my house. I got them in the kitchen, the bathroom, the car.
Some of these questions like asking a drug addict, do they want some drugs? I already know the answer to a lot of these things. What's one thing you can't live without?
My wife.
Good answer.
Sonia Powers Colyar. Or I wouldn't want to live without. The only thing I can't live without is God.
Amen.
God is the only thing that I cannot live out. God is the most important thing.
And she the one you wouldn't want to live without. That's work.
But God is the most important thing in my entire life. And I can give everything up and start all over today if I just have God in the picture. Got to have God. Can't do it without him.
Well, you know now, I know now. I've been knowing that you know God, but since you know God, this question right here, really ain't nothing. It say, what is your biggest fears?
I I don't know if I have fears. I don't know things that I'm scared of. What I mean,
Amen.
in my heart, there is no fear. For now, I know that God is here. So if I walk with God, and God is one, well, God with one is a majority. So as long as I
Mhm.
walk with God, I don't go around fearing nothing. You know, I
That's
mean,
all right.
even if I lose something, even if I lose everything, as long as I don't lose my life, I
Come
still have a
on now.
chance because I'll still have God. You know, so
Wow.
I don't have no biggest fear because I don't have no fears. Nah.
Amen.
Mm-mm.
Well, what are you most grateful for?
Life, waking up. When I get up in the morning, I used to get up and say, "Thank you, God." Now I say, "Yay!" You know, because I feel like if you wake up, man, you already won. You got another chance. You can do it all. And sometimes I be places, man, God do so much stuff for me. And sometimes I just have to stop and look up and say, I know that was you. Thanks.
Ain't
I
that
know that
right?
was you, you know? So yeah, that's what I'm most grateful for. Just
Wow.
life is just living here because life is the gift that God gives us. How we live it is how we pay him back.
You right.
Hmm.
Uh, what
This is
if
so cute.
what what would you say to a up and coming comedian that's how can I say it? Cause they getting on my nerve. You know, thinking they can jump you know them jumping them little toys you get on and just jump. But anyway,
That
they think they can get on one of them and just
tambourine, you
jump.
talking about tambourine? No, no, a trampoline, a trampoline.
Trampoline or
Okay,
something.
trampoline.
But they think
You
they
don't
can
want to
just
jump up and
jump.
down on a tambourine, but it will make a really nice sound. Okay, I'm sorry, trampoline. So
They think they can just jump above, you know, say for instance, yourself. And you've been doing it since it's been a comedy, you know. And then if they funny, they funny. But at the same time, a lot of them think you can't tell.
you can.
And it ain't like you trying to tell them how to do their thing. You just trying to save them from going through some of the mess you went through.
So your
So, what
question was,
kind of advice would you give the up and coming comedians?
kill yourself. Let's start there. No, I would tell any up and coming comedian, first of all, don't listen to
He
anyone who's
didn't
not
mean
telling
that,
them.
y'all.
Yes, I did. Well, I tell comedians, don't listen to anybody who's not talking to you about a positive way to go forward. If people are telling you what not to do or how not to do it, or that you're not ready, or that you haven't done enough, or you have to pay dues, corny. Can we curse on this show? Huh? Any of that corny shit, tell them to fuck off. You only want to talk to
Right.
people who are going to be positive, people who are going to give you guidance and help show you the way. No one has a right to tell anybody what they can or cannot do, or that they have to wait. I hate it when people say you got to pay dues. I've already paid dues. Motherfucker, I lived. I made it to here. Those are the dues. Those are dues I need to pay. Now all I need to do is learn my craft.
That's right.
Yeah, now I need to be able to learn my craft and be able to exercise it in such a way that people want to pay me for it. And then I need to figure out how to monetize that craft I have. And if you're able to do that, whether you come through what they call the trenches and went to clubs late at night for 20 years, or whether you figured out a way to get a laugh in 7 minutes online and get 9 million people to watch you, your path is your path. And you should
Right.
embrace that path. You should be happy about that path. And anyone who tries to impede on that, tell them to go fuck off. So that would be
Wow.
my advice. And also the most important advice for any new artist or any artist is to write. Keep writing material, keep writing stuff. You got to stay current. You got to talk about what's going down right now. That's the way your audience will
Hmm.
stick with you. Yeah.
You right. Well, thank you for that one. I hope you guys and girls are listening. Michael, you got movies out that you played in, such as The Prince and the Frog, Hot Shots, William. These people you played. Norbert, Morris, the Barbara. You was also with House Party 3, Showboat, uh, Macassa, I guess I'm saying that right. The
It's
Rich
me
and the
casa, me
Ruthless.
casa. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, all of those. Out of all the movies you have been in and played in and been a major character in, which one you like the most?
Honestly, it is difficult to just pick one thing like that. I mean,
Right, I know, cause I like seeing you in all of them. To be honest.
the thing that most people come up to me about is either playing Gina's boss, Mr. Whitaker, on Martin,
Yeah.
or playing Showboat from House Party 3. That's what most people are familiar with me because they run those shows again and again and again. So new generation
Right.
who saw the show that weren't even born when I did Showboat. And they come up to me, they know every line. Showboat, you got any toe jam crackers? Because they still keep it alive. But my most fun is the last two things I did. I did a thing called Holiday Heartbreak 2 years ago, which is a feature film. It was the first time I was able to be the star, number one on the call sheet in a feature
Yes.
film. So I carried the film. It was a Christmas film, and it was wonderful. I got to do comedy, but mostly I was doing drama, and I got to do a monologue to my dead wife while I was in the cemetery, and that was like very powerful for me to be able to do that sort
Yes.
of thing. And my second piece they have out right now is the first time I ever was the lead in a sitcom. It's called Highly Favored. If anybody would like to see that, you just go to any search engine and put in Watch, WATCH, Impact, IMPACT.com with no spaces, all together, watchimpact.com, and it will take you right to the show. We did 6 episodes. I played a pastor, which is hilarious to me that they hired a heathen to play the pastor. And then Rodney Perry is my deacon, who is fabulous, who actually,
Yes, I love him too.
and he did the Michael Colyar Morning Show this Monday and turned it out. In fact, Howie Bell is doing it next Monday. And
Okay.
then my wife is Kiki Shepard. Melanie Camacho's one of the church mothers. It's just a wonderful show. It's called Highly Favored, or you can watch it on their network because it's on Impact TV. And if you have Spectrum, that's channel 474. It's a faith-based network. But if you go through the app I gave you, all 6 episodes will pop up and you can watch them at your leisure.
That's what's up.
And you
Wow.
look beautiful. I like what you did with your eyes. Very nice.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I know we talked about our addiction and all of those stuff, but all praise be unto God for deliverance and all that, because we've been delivered. It's different when you're dibbing and dabbing, but when you've been delivered, you've been delivered.
Yeah.
So, how has some of the failures shaped you? I can see it myself because you're all around the world doing everything you love. So, that would be the only, well,
I'm trying
it,
to. I don't have a lot. I don't have many things that I don't have things that I will claim as failures.
that's what I
I
was
mean,
getting ready to say. I'm glad that what happened in my life happened. It made me be who I am on today.
yeah, that's
So I
correct.
say that one for somebody. I say that question for someone that actually have failed.
Okay.
Michael, what you got coming up?
Oh, tons of things. I finally
If you
shot
don't
my.
mind sharing, right?
Okay, I just shot my 1 hour special on Venice Beach, and so we're down to the editing part of that. It was a lot of people involved in helping me because we had to ask people to give me the money. I didn't have the money, so all kind of celebrities and all kind of regular folk from all around the country pitched in and gave me the money to shoot this. And we're down to the last stages of editing, and it looks amazing. So we have no idea where to play yet. We haven't sold it, so we're still editing it. So I'm very excited about it because, like I say, Venice Beach is my legacy. I spent 9 years out there, and it was the defining time of my life. It created who I am as a human being, is those 9 years on Venice Beach. So to go back and do this 1 hour special is very, very special, magical to me. I also do, I'm a road comedian. So, most weekends
Right.
I'm doing concerts, but I'm also creating another sitcom that y'all don't even, I can get details on that, but I'm creating one
Right,
that
right.
I'm the star of. And we're currently just, those are all things I really want to give up, except my book.
Well,
I
let
have
me know if you can use my little country self. I'll fly out there.
Yay. And I have a children's book. So I have several books out. I have a
Yes,
children's
talk
book right
about
now.
your books. Yes.
So I have a children's book called Little Bobby White. But the kids are black. Yeah. So it's called Little Bobby White, and it's the story of a kid who always wins because he always chooses to do the right thing. It's a story that we don't teach our children anymore. We don't teach our children a story about being good for goodness sake. In fact, we don't teach them shit. We give them a device and we send them over there in the corner, and we come back 8 years later and they sitting on the bed rolling joints with a pistol and calling us
Ain't that
motherfuckers,
right?
and we don't understand it's because we have relinquished our responsibility as parents, which is to raise young adults, not to raise
You
children
right.
and not to allow other children to raise our children. So the book is really wonderful. The artwork is out of this world. It's by DeMar Douglas, who did my first book on Barack Obama called The Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the White House. I knocked on the
Right.
door and the brother answered. But this gentleman is also famous for a painting he did of, who's the gentleman got down on one knee? Kaepernick. He did a
Right.
painting of Kaepernick, but Kaepernick's afro is a big old fist. He drew that. It's very popular. It's worldwide popular. And he's just a great artist. I mean, you could just look at the artwork. It's a very simple story. This kid always wins because he chooses to do the right thing. And I believe Oprah going to hold this book up and call it one of her favorite children books of the year. So
What's
so
up?
I'm doing that. And plus, I'm an artist, so I'm constantly creating projects, building projects, and performing. That's what I do.
Wow.
But if
Well,
people
it's
really want to
truly.
know, hold up, people really
Go
want to know
ahead.
what's coming up, they can go to my very sexy webpage. It's called therealmichaelcollier.com. Very simple. Therealmichaelcollier.com. It lists where I'm performing. It lists the different shows that I have and how you can go see them, how you can get to the sitcom, how you can hire me, because I am hireable. Yeah, I do
Right. Hey,
weddings,
come on now.
divorces, Passover, hangover. I do a party in the phone booth if you promise to call. I take green stamp, food stamp, Canadian money. I take your bus transfer if it's got some time left on it.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's what's up for real. Well, you told them to go to your website.
Oh yeah.
What's your give them your handles as far as your Facebook,
Oh well,
Instagram, and all
my
that good
Facebook,
stuff.
everything's my name. So everything's is Michael Collier. And Comic King 123 at AOL.com is my email. So anytime you have real questions, I like the picture being back like that because you can see that classic picture up there of Red Fox in a 3-piece suit with a hat all broke down. You can always go to Comic King 123 at AOL.com and send me a note. I always return my notes myself. I'm on everything, so you can go to Instagram. You can DM me. Look. I'm in the yellow pages, and they don't even sell the yellow pages no more. So if you don't find me, you ain't looking for me. I'm easy to find. You know what I'm saying? And if God is good, I would also like to say, keep God first. If you keep God first in your life, everything else will work out. In fact, I just accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior last March 18th. And we always remember the date because I always consider myself a man of God. But I've never really made that level of commitment. And the moment I said it, my life changed, and it's just gotten better and better and better and better every day since. So I would encourage people to think of what your dream is. You get to have a dream. And the first thing you do after you have a dream is what? Wake up. Okay. So once you wake up from that dream, start working towards it. If you just spend 15 minutes a day towards anything you say you want to do, within 3 months, it'll be in your hands. I don't care what it is. And you can love yourself enough to give yourself 15 minutes a day. You want to be an ice skater? Spend 15 minutes a day doing anything that deals with ice skating. You can spend 15 minutes watching people ice skate. You can spend 15 minutes shopping for ice skates. You can spend 15 minutes trying to ice skate. Anything at all that has to do with the thing you say you want to do, if you do that 15 minutes a day, and I'm just talking about Monday through Friday, you take Saturday and Sunday off. Within 3 months, you will be doing that thing if you mean it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm gonna quit eating Little Debbie's and I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna just eat them 2 days out of a week, and then they gonna go away for real. Cause I'm tired of this extra weight. But before you go, I got another little clip I want them to see.
Oh,
Before
nice.
you go, play that clip for me back there.
Now, here's a joke. This guy had amnesia. Couldn't remember a damn thing. Every place he went, he carried a little black book around in his inside coat pocket. Now, in that book, he kept all his pertinent information in alphabetical order. See, that way somebody asked him the question, he'd look it up in the book. See? See, man? Anyway, the guy man is on bed. Another guy approached him. He said, pardon me, sir, pardon me. Is your name Mr. Smith? Mr. John Smith. The guy whips out the book. He said, names. My name. Smith, yeah. Yeah, my name Mr. Smith. He said, Mr. Smith, you ever been to Chicago before? The guy said, travel. Chattanooga, Chicago, yeah. Yeah, I was in Chicago. He said, fine, why are you in Chicago? Did you happen to meet Mrs. Myron Breckenridge? The guy says, acquaintance. Breckenridge. Yeah, I met Miss Breckenridge. He said, fine, while you was there, did you happen to have an affair with Mrs. Breckenridge? The guy says, affairs. Yeah, I had an affair with Miss Breckenridge. He said, well, I'm Mr. Breckenridge, and I don't like it. Guy in the book said opinions. Opinions. Damn, I didn't either. Okay, now, let me say this to you. Hold up, y'all. I ain't got no lot of time. Let me say this to you. Please be careful when you're going to the fancy schmancy restaurants nowadays, okay? I went to the restaurant the other day, and I got to tell you, it really shocked me what happened. They hurt this guy. I got to tell you what happened. I was in a restaurant the other night. They had Louis the 13th. Anybody hip to that? Louis the 13th is one of the finest cognacs made by man. $170 a shot. The empty bottle, $770 is hand-blown glass. This guy came in, ordered 6. They lined him up. He drank them straight down. Watson said, whoa!
Hey, what? Oh, there you are. Yeah, we blacked
Man,
out for
that
a
was
minute.
so hilarious.
And that thing was 114 years old. And that was a Tom Joyner show. He used to have a little TV spot called the Tom Joyner Morning Show. I would love to take my wife on the Tom Joyner cruise. I don't know the right people to contact over there. You know, that would be fun.
Right.
Yep. But
It's
that's
a lot
it.
of people saying stuff, but Michael, I'm just gonna tell you honest God truth. I can't see what they saying. I need my glasses on. But much love to each and every one of them that's tuned in, you know, watching us or you know, because you my special guest on today. You know, the Colyar clan, I know they tuned in. Much love to them. And before you go, you already told them how to find you and follow you, book you, and pay you. But before you go, I need me a woo, woo, woo.
Whoa. You know how we do it on the Michael Colyar Morning Show. The Colyar clan is grand. And they on here. I saw a lot of Colyar clan people pop in. Thank you. Thank you, Bonnie Chambers. I just saw a bunch of
Jonah Brown, all of them. I don't want to start calling out names.
Amber Hawkins. Yay, Amber Hawkins.
Thank y'all.
Beautiful people who support all the things we do. And these people also gave so we'd be able to shoot the special. And I love that show. That show is my heart. So no matter what else I'm doing, I'm always going to be doing the Michael Colyar Morning Show. We got to do that because it's a connection that we have with people. I started doing it during COVID, and it gave people a place to come and feel comfortable and laugh and for a few minutes forget the other troubles in their lives. So we keep it going. We got a new staff, a new team, new hours. It's all good, baby. I appreciate you.
Right.
Thank you for having me on the show. And
you are more than welcome. You know how I could not have you. You know, you had me and still have me. You know what I'm saying? So
well, I'll come back.
It's an honor to be a part of the Michael Colyar Colyar clan. Shit.
Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. God bless you.
You have yourself a blessed day. Thank you so much for being my guest. And hey, Last time, y'all, when I had a podcast, I had Michael as my guest. He was standing in line. Well, he was in his car, but he was in line talking to the people, ordering him some chicken.
Yeah, that's right, baby. I got that order in too. So
But
God
you
is
were
good.
still able to be a guest and get it in. So this have truly made my day, and I thank you so much. And you enjoy the
Thank you.
rest of your evening, and hey,
Thank
may
you.
God continue to bless us both.
I'm honored to be on here. Thank you very much. Congratulations on your new show, baby. Have fun with it. Go all the way. God bless you, and I'll see you again soon.
Thank you. Wow. Yes. Once again, that was my good friend, comedian, actor, author, and everything else, Michael Colyar. Next week, guest, we got the lovely, beautiful Rhonda Bankston. She gonna come and talk to y'all about some acting, insurance, some of everything. She's in commercials. She's doing it big too. So next week guest is Miss Rhonda Bankston, y'all. So make sure y'all tune in. It's just 1 week, 1 day out of a week. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like every day you got to come and see me, which it'll be nice. And if you're doing some booking and you got a budget, holla at your girl. And guess what? I have a team, y'all, and we all got to eat and we got to keep the lights on. So please, if you're able and willing, I'm not begging, I am asking. Send a love offering, send a donation. Hey, anything is better than nothing. So let's keep this going. And remember, we got news, we got laughter, we got inspiration, motivation, determination, we got it all. And you can also have a commercial on here for a small fee. So holla at your girl. And remember, Success Express Marketing Solution got you. And we out. Have a blessed day.